This is intended to be a registration guide for people intending to major in philosophy. Make sure to check out our video, Philosophy Explore a Major, as well. And thank you for being here. I know this is a difficult way to go through orientation, and we're glad to have you. This is me. I'm the Philosophy Majors Advisor and the Undergraduate Program Director in Philosophy. Please contact me if you have any questions about the philosophy major. My email is collinsjo@ecu.edu. If you declare a philosophy major, I'll be your advisor. To graduate with a philosophy major, you need 40 hours of general education classes. This is the same requirement for every bachelor's degree. A Bachelor of Arts also requires 12 hours of foreign language. The philosophy portion of the philosophy major is 30 hours of philosophy courses, or 10 courses. At least 12 of those hours must be at the 3,000 or 4,000 level. There are no specific required philosophy courses. Every philosophy course, every course with a phil prefix, counts towards the philosophy major. You also need a minor to major in philosophy. The general education, foreign language, philosophy courses, and minor generally take you to about 106 hours, and you need 120 hours to graduate. So that gives you about 14 hours to play with electives, or upgrade your minor to a second major. Optionally, we have an honors sequence to be done in the junior and senior year. We also have an optional pre-law concentration in the philosophy major for philosophy majors thinking about going to law school. Here's a sample 4-year plan for majoring in philosophy, but philosophy is a very flexible major, so you need not adhere strictly to this 4-year plan. The idea is to get started with some introductory philosophy courses and make progress on your foreign language and general education in the first few semesters, and then get to upper level courses in the major and minor courses in later semesters. This slide is about advanced placement, or AP credit. This chart shows you which scores are sufficient for credit in which university classes. AP scores typically arrive at ECU in early July and are posted on your transcript by mid-July. If you are bringing in college transfer credit, you can look up course equivalencies in Banner Self-Service. Just look under the Student tab for course equivalencies, then select your state and institution. If you don't see one of your courses listed, you may contact your advisor about it possibly being reevaluated for university credit. So how do you know when we have processed your AP scores or college transfer credit? You should look in Banner Self-Service under the Student tab for Student Records, then select your academic transcript. Here's an example of how AP credit and transfer credit will appear. We receive a lot of scores and transfers, so be patient. However, if your AP scores or transfer credit have not appeared on your transcript by August 1st, please contact your advisor. Let's get started talking about fall registration. As you saw from the sample 4-year plan for the philosophy major, philosophy is a pretty flexible degree. In the fall, if you can, you should take English 1100 Foundations of College Writing, or Freshman Composition. But if it's closed, you can take it in the spring. You should also try to get started with a philosophy course, something at the 1000 or 2000 level. The most common first philosophy courses in philosophy are Philosophy 1110, Introduction to Philosophy, and Philosophy 1175, Introduction to Ethics. Both of those courses have multiple sections. But you could take Philosophy 1180, Introduction to Critical Reasoning, which is an online only class, or Philosophy 1500, Introduction to Logic. This symbolic logic course is a more technical course, and it fulfills ECU's math requirement. You could also take philosophy of art, business ethics, professional ethics, or philosophy of sport. If you're a transfer student and you have completed at least 30 hours, making you no longer a freshman, including at least 3 hours in philosophy, you're also eligible to take a 3000 level philosophy course. What else should you take to fill out a full-time schedule of at least 12 hours? Well, you have a lot of options. One thing you could do is get started on or resume your foreign language. If you know what you want to minor in, you could get started on that. And of course, you can take your general education courses. Let's talk about the math requirement for a second. Most people satisfy the math requirement with a course with a math prefix, like Math 1050 Explorations in Mathematics or Math 1065 College Algebra. But you can also satisfy the math requirement with Philosophy 1500 Introduction to Logic. Note that if you take this course, it will not only satisfy ECU's math requirements, but it will count towards your philosophy major. I'll talk a little about the other areas of general education in the next slides. A Bachelor of Arts degree, like philosophy, requires through level 4 of a foreign language. ECU offers French, German, Ancient Greek, Japanese, Latin, Russian, and Spanish. Level 1 is for students with little or no knowledge of the language. If you have prior knowledge, you should take the placement test. Placement tests for Spanish, French, and German are available at www.ecu.edu/foreign. The placement test is required to register for Spanish. If you think you can place out of level 1 for any of the other languages, please contact your advisor. If you test into level 2, then upon completion of level 2, you'll receive credit for level 1. While any foreign language is fine, Latin, Ancient Greek, and German are especially well paired with a philosophy major, as so many great works of philosophy are written in those languages. Let's dig a little deeper into different areas of general education. In order to graduate, you are required to have 7 hours of natural or physical sciences, including at least one science course with a lab. This slide contains suggestions for non-science majors. However, if you are interested in pursuing a health-related pre-professional curriculum in addition to your philosophy major, such as pre-med, pre-dental, or pre-pharmacy, you will need to take different courses. Please consult your advisor. Social sciences. You need 3 general education social sciences courses in at least 2 different disciplines. Here you see a list of social science general education classes in areas like political science, anthropology, history, sociology, and psychology. Keep in mind, not all courses are available every term. Notice the DD or GD after some courses. These stand for domestic diversity and global diversity, and you're required to have at least one of each to graduate. Many humanities courses, including philosophy courses, also have the DD or GD designation. You're also required to have at least one humanities general education course. You can see there are a lot of great general education humanities courses, but if you're a philosophy major, you can pretty much ignore this page. Your philosophy general education courses that count towards your major will also count towards this requirement. Still, if you get a chance, I encourage you to take courses in classics, English, foreign language, history, religious studies, and other areas if you can. You'll also need one course, General Education Fine Arts. You can take a course in art appreciation, dance, music, or theater. All right, it's time to register. Use your registration PIN of 082420 to register for classes. You can find step-by-step instructions on how to register at PEER or the registrar's website or the academic advising website. Academic advising also has information on frequent problems, or consult your advisor. Some important reminders. Register for at least 12 hours for full-time billing purposes. Full-time tuition is the same whether you have 12, 15, or 18 hours, so more hours is a better deal. I recommend 15 hours to start. You should check Banner regularly because closed classes may open as students change their schedules. Check your email daily for important announcements. And finally, get to know your undergraduate catalog. While your advisor will provide you with advice, it is your responsibility to know the general education and major requirements and academic policies. Final tips. Be sure to follow the virtual orientation schedule this summer and watch some of the Explore a Major videos, including philosophies, to learn about your major, minor, and double major opportunities. Also, review your admissions checklist to make sure you've taken care of everything. And lastly, always communicate with your academic advisor if you have any questions. If you're going to declare a major in philosophy, I will be your academic advisor. Again, my name is John Collins, and you can contact me at my email address, collinsjo@ecu.edu. I would be very happy to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you in the fall.